History is broken. All recorded knowledge more than 300 years old has been corrupted. The Starfinder Society is recruiting outsiders to unravel the mysteries of what happened. Unlikely heroes must learn to work together to stay alive, where technology and magic exist together among the stars. Dead Sundays, most Sundays at 7 p.m. Only on twitch.tv/Logar the Ogar. The past haunts us all.
Corona.
Hello. Wait, he did what?
Yeah, he ordered a Corona with a splash of grenadine. It
Okay.
looked like someone cut their hand while trying to open his beer.
And so-
tasted like mommy's special little guy.
yeah, what did this oh man. I have so many questions about this person.
I'm not sure I can answer them. No, it did not taste good.
Okay. Because, you never know. Because, look, my whole thing is, but what if it's good?
But isn't there already a bunch of sugar in Corona?
Well, I mean...
Because Corona is one of the beers that has high fructose corn syrup in it.
Oh.
Yeah, and you're still supposed to put something sour in there, like a lime, to get better flavor out of it. So putting something sweet just doesn't make sense.
Well, nevertheless.
Hey, we're live! Welcome to Dead Sundays. Dead Sundays is a show where we play Starfinder on a Sunday. Look at us. Look at us go. It is one of the weeks where Beck is off. They have to go sing their Latin choir because someone is at the end of a JRPG, and the final villain has to go through all three of their forms. And Beck needs to be there to provide some sort of support for the... well, actually, for the protagonist and the antagonist, just for everybody involved, so that they all have a good time. So I hope they have a good anime sing.
And that anime,
the fight. Yeah,
it's a JRPG, an anime. It's a fight.
Yeah,
that anime.
Those
The
fucking
Bible.
teenagers need a soundtrack when they kill God.
They're a ragtag group of adventurers has made their way into the lost city where the secret church is. And that's where Beck and the chorus are waiting, and they will sing while they fight the Sephiroth. It's Sephiroth. It's fine.
it's always.
Yeah.
It's always Sephiroth. So if everybody could do me a favor, and up top, I have to turn this here and skate down a little bit, just a little bit. Actually, I just have to turn the music down. So, starting with Ryan. That was the opposite.
That was not what you meant to do.
I don't know why that happened. I didn't change it. See, this is what I'm talking about. Okay. So please go down the list and say, tell me who you are, who you're playing, and what your character does. Brian, go first.
My name's Ryan. I play Pax Duro, and I punch things and hit them with swords.
Perfect. Steph, go next.
I'm Steph, and I play Zib Beverage, Master of Seduction.
Okay. Ian, please tell us what you do.
My name's Ian. I play Horatio Raj Cruz, who, like me, Ian, also has chicken tenders in his mouth. But I also like to... Raj is a scholar and likes to study the mysteries of the world, usually from underneath a desk.
I feel like Raj is always looking for chicky tenders and is constantly trying to rack up more good boy points. Mm-hmm. He needs those good boy points or else he's not allowed to get a new suit of armor.
He's got a book it. He's got a book it stamp card.
Okay, so that should be good for levels. I think everybody's around the same spot. You guys are currently on the undead planet. Well, it's the dead planet of Eox, which is inhabited entirely by undead citizens. I looked up the actual split today. It's 88% undead, 7% android, and 5% other.
That's us, baby.
That's you guys. You are currently in the wasteland of Eox. The planet is barren. There's nothing on it. You guys were asked to investigate corpse fleet activity. You're hot on the heels of the corpse fleet because they have information about a potential galactic super weapon that you would really, really, really like if it were to be kept out of the hands of someone who would use it to destroy all life in the universe. As well as the Cult of the Devourer, who is the representation of all entropy and destruction in the universe. So of course they would want to get their hands on this galactic super weapon. It's called the Stellar Degenerator. It degenerates suns, I guess. You might even say it takes a sun and it makes it into a dead sun.
Oh shit! I'm just now getting this.
Oh man.
The book.
So.
That's Chappie.
So you guys, on behalf of the Starfighter Society, have been on Eox investigating corpse fleet activity. You got into a fight. You met a couple of colorful characters. Not everybody is pleased that you're there for a variety of reasons, whether it's just a general prejudice against the living, or if you might have just walked into somebody's house and started a fight, sort of, but also maybe not so much. Currently, you are in range of a weird-looking hut that is supposed to belong to a Marrowblight who is particularly misanthropic, especially against living things. The thing behind the little hut is a Elikoth. Last session, you guys did some research and found out that Elikoths are the remnants of a elephant-like creature that wanders the wastes of Eox, absorbing and then radiating back out the background radiation of the cataclysm that destroyed Eox. This one is kicking around in the backyard of this hut. It has just noticed you, and you also know that these things pose a radiation danger to you. So, the way radiation works is it is an emanation poison, which means that if you walk into it, you immediately start to suffer the effects, which means that you take damage every round, even if you fail the save or not.
For effects? Damn.
What's that?
I'm just making a joke that I'm upset that we suffer ill effects from standing around in radiation.
Yeah, it's bad news. Believe it or not. When you're in an area of radiation, this gets confusing because it's Starfinder. You have to make a save against the effects of the radiation, against the effects of the poison. You also have to make a save to not contract radiation sickness. Radiation sickness is a disease that will carry on for the next couple days that you'll have to fight against. While the poison can be circumvented by just walking out of it. Radiation works in tiers. You know that if something has heavy radiation, then it will be heavy radiation for a certain amount, and then it'll be medium radiation for a certain amount, and then low radiation for a certain amount. You know that Elikoths at some distance emanate medium radiation, which means that while you are in that aura, you will have to make saves against the poison effects, as well as saves against contracting radiation sickness. Currently, you guys do not have any radiation specific defenses. The only person that has anything like that is Clara. She is she is a android, and she gets a bonus from being constructed against the effects of poison and disease. So, You're about 60 feet from this Alakoth, who is kicking around behind the hut that is supposed to hold a known Corpse Fleet operative. What do you want to do?
I want to run away and buy radiation gear.
It's
Or meds.
not a horrible plan.
I'm so tired of getting sick.
Hold up.
Okay. Now, I went and I researched some radiation stuff for you guys.
What
Ian
kind of
is-
armor? What kind of armor protects against radiation? This is a real question I'm asking right
You
now.
have to. So you have to. So all armor will protect against like negligent radiation, which is like you're out in space and just the general space radiation.
Yeah.
The only armor that I could find that has specific armor protection or radiation protection is armor that is made with a specific type of material. It's not a specific armor. So you would have to go get armor that is constructed specifically with these materials to gain that benefit.
Is this information that I can readily look up on the Cosmic Information Highway?
Maybe, but you're also staring down a gigantic, blistering radiation elephant monster.
Yeah, so I'm considering that while I'm staring at this radiation elephant, because last session I was one who identified it. So I immediately recognized that it is a source of great radiation poisoning. So now I'm thinking, do I know of any manufacturers that fabricate armor that specifically handles high radiation? That's the question that Raj is asking himself. And would I be able to research that using my handy dandy communications tab?
Right now.
I think we should
do you mean-
strategically reposition to the
Yeah,
ship and
so
then Google things from the
Yeah, the
spaceship.
answer is no. You'd have to go back to your ship.
Okay.
That's how it works.
Because I could just like make that suit of armor if I burn a spell slot.
You could technically, but I don't know. Well, no, because you would have to. Hold on.
It's under fabricated arms magic.
No,
hack.
I know, but let's see.
That cool thing you want to do, Starfinder doesn't want you to.
I don't think so.
Just go back to town, go to the space CVS and buy the Rad-X.
Yeah,
That's
so
what I'm doing.
So the only thing that I could find as far as there's no suit of armor that intrinsically has better radiation protection. There is only armor upgrades or special materials to make armor. So if you were going to make and it's not like an S-Tech suit, 7 that has radiation resistance. You'd have to have an S-Tech suit made from, it'd have to be heavy armor, but you'd have to have heavy armor made from Kefik armor chitin. So you would have to source those materials and get a new suit of armor made, and you couldn't use your spell to fabricate that. You could only do it to...
Okay, yeah, and that's actually I could make the suit of armor that would have the requisite amount of slots if I had upgrades that, negated radiation damage.
Right, which there are.
Yeah, but I can't make these upgrade slots. So,
Okay.
I can't make the actual upgrades that would go into those slots. So,
There is a biotech dealer. We could all just go get Starskin. Effectively
yeah,
get
if there was only
tattoos.
an axe that I could make you packs that would let you cut radiation in half.
Cut the particles up very small. Nothing about
You
light.
would...
Gamma
you-
radiation.
you would only be able to get the necrographed version of that.
What is the necrograph version of Star?
It's 10%. It's the same thing. It's 10% cheaper, but you gain the necrograph subtype, which means that you take extra damage from. You would start taking holy damage.
Yeah.
I'm out. I have to put my weapons away.
I'll never win that fight with Clara.
So I have gone ahead and researched some things that you guys could get.
A bicycle pump because you're all flattened.
Yeah, you can get tickets off of this fucking planet to just go home.
Out of curiosity, would it be cheaper to buy the medicine or hire another team to do this for us?
Definitely the medicine thing.
Damn it.
Hiring like mercenaries and stuff is super expensive. Like, think about how much money you guys get paid, and then you multiply it by 10.
Hey, Jin. What's Jin doing right now?
I was gonna say, Jin multiplied by 10 we can afford.
Jin doesn't have a... you might not be able to. So you guys could go back to town and find Rat Out Serum, which is a potion that will give you an enhancement bonus against radiation effects. There's a spell that you guys might be able to find someone to cast on you that lasts a couple hours, which would be enough time to go back out and do this. There is both a Geiger counter badge called a radiation badge, and there is a more sophisticated one called a radiation sweeper that will give you more detailed information about the radiation you're facing, and then there is also a armor upgrade called a radiation buffer. That will give you a +2 bonus to your initial saving throw against radiation.
I just don't know what the two radiation information objects achieve other than now I have something beeping at me telling me shit's fucked, homie.
Yeah, so your radiation badge, when you get to radiation, it'll be like, boop, and it says, like, you're like, oh man, it's radiation, and the radiation sweeper, you have to use an action to use it, and it'll go, boop, when there's radiation in front of you, but when there's heavier radiation, it'll go, boop, 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 and when there's heavier radiation, it goes, boop, 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 boop. In a much more Geiger counter-like way.
Yeah, I'm trying to roleplay Gordon Freeman.
Yeah, perfect. Aren't we all?
Hazardous radiation levels detected.
So
the fact that my suit doesn't do that already is maybe fucked up. But
yeah, I couldn't. I tried to figure out like how much radiation your suits protect you from, and it is literally just the
ambient
radiation of space, which is negligible.
BBR.
The background radiation.
Yeah.
Cool. I want to go to the CVS and buy drugs.
So you guys go to the space CVS. Let's have a music change and go back to.
You turn off the battle music. Get the. What is it they play at the CVS? The like. There's some funny CVS playlist.
Pitbull. I hear
funny
Pitbull.
CVS playlist.
Yeah.
You know,
there's
that,
like
that real funny CVS playlist that we got.
Oh wow, there is a CVS playlist. The official CVS playlist came right up.
Yeah.
Ooh, I hate it.
Yeah, CVS bangers is what I'm thinking of, I think.
Ooh, they've got Jack Johnson on here. Banana pancakes.
Yeah. Let's go. Oh no, we're in Gretel's house. Run away.
Yeah, she's still very upset with you guys.
This isn't CVS.
Is the CVS the pirate store or the snooty man store?
The CVS is the snooty man store. The pirate store is for like equipment and weapons and things. I don't like this music like at all. What the fuck is this sound?
It's very gurgly.
Yeah. We're gonna go to something else. Okay. So you guys very easily run away.
Tactical retreat.
Tactical retreat. You hold L1 and R1. Your JRPG team turns and runs itself away. You're running in place. The Elikoth chases you a little bit, but just enough to kind of get you away from the hut and to make sure that you're not coming back. Once you return to the Splice, which is where you guys are staying and where the two shops that you're going to be shopping in are, you see that as you are coming back, there's less people out now, and it seems that the people that you do pass seem to look at you a little bit longer. Your presence on Eox has been noted several times over at this point.
We're doing the best at this.
You guys are crushing it.
Are you saying that on Eox we're famous?
I'm the king of the highway.
What's the opposite of that?
Infamous.
It's probably more that one, yeah. Okay. So at the risk of really railroading you guys into buying things, when you guys were in the asteroid cult base, you guys found a bunch of broken equipment that I have now written down in the proper space that you guys should now be able to see.
Oh.
Specifically, the Kasatha Microcore 2 and the Yusoki Refractor Suit would be upgrades. Zib, if you were to take the Yusoki Refractor Suit, that would be a big upgrade for you. It also has two armor slots.
Oh, that's huge for me.
Yeah. So the normal rules for that were put into the module were that there is an 80% chance that anything you guys are looking for is going to be there. Since it is a sort of like story locked thing, I'm gonna say that whatever radiation stuff you guys want to buy is available. This kind of stuff should be like, it should be ubiquitous in the way that CVS has its thing. So like the rad out serum and the radiation badges are going to be 100% easy to find. You might have to, if you want to have someone cast the resist radiation spell on you, you'll have to find someone to do that. But Zib, I think you have a way to find someone to do things for you. And the armor upgrades, there might not be enough for everybody, so that's how we're going to play that.
Okay, wait, so how do I... So we have broken Yusoki suit.
Right. So
cost $1 trillion.
In the...
I can maybe fix that.
Yeah, so in the time that between you guys finding this equipment and you guys getting to Eox, it was 4 days. It was 4 days to go from the comet to land on Eox. So, Ian, you could spend up to 8 hours of that day working on repairing these items.
Yeah, I think this was maybe like 3 sessions ago where we did make a note to do that, but we never did it.
Yeah, we started to talk about it, and I kept trying to show you this list, and I realized that it's because I had showed you this document that had all of this information written in the GM only spot.
Right. Okay. So we know where she lives. We know we can't charge up there and do our normal stuff, Captain. Should we spend the next, I need downtime to fix these things?
Well, I'm saying that in the 4 days that you had spent traveling from the comet to here, you could have spent some of that time repairing it.
Yeah.
So you could spend, I'll say, 32 hours repairing things. I'm not sure the amount of time that mending gives you.
I'll pull it up really quick.
Mending is a cantrip. It is a cast time of 10 minutes. So, in those 32 hours, let's see. Let's do math, guys.
Yeah.
Crunch some numbers.
So you could do that 6 times an hour, right?
Yeah.
Since it takes 10 minutes. And then 6 times 32 equals 192. So the way we're going to do this is you are going to roll 192 d4. And then you're going to take those hit points and spread them around in that list while we do a little bit of shopping. And you tell me what you want to repair. The number at the end of the description is its hit points. So 13 out of 33, 8 out of 33, those are its hit points. Wow, that was so many more than I thought it was going to be. I think that's enough to do it all, right?
458 hit points.
I mean,
So
I don't even
many
think this.
numbers.
I don't even
What
think this
happened?
breaks 100.
What's damaged out of all of these?
They're all
Yeah.
damaged. Yeah.
Okay.
To restore them all to full hit points, yeah, I think if you spend a couple days on that, you would just do it. I don't.
Zowie.
So you restore 458 hit points to all of your broken equipment. I'm going to now say that all of this broken equipment is now fixed, and you guys can use it however you want.
Boy, am I hungry.
So we'll just go ahead, and all of this stuff should also be...
Eat orange slices.
What?
After he fixes stuff, he always needs a little citrus.
Have some Sunny D. You've earned it.
So, the refractor suit, I think Zib should take.
I think Zib should take it as well, so they can use their jump jets again.
Well, if you get an armor upgrade that's a radiation buffer, that's going to take a slot too.
Fuck!
But you can also swap it out when you're not in danger of radiation.
It's true.
You will have to find someone who will cast a spell if you want, but if not, you guys tell me what you want to buy.
How many, hold on, let me just double check how many slots an S-Tech suit has.
I think it's S-Tech 2 has 3.
I'm already
Efficient.
wearing an S-Tech suit, Mark II. I think I've had that for a while.
Yeah, you've had it for a while. The microcord would be a slight upgrade for you, but you would lose 2 slots of
Yeah.
upgrades.
Yeah.
Zib.
Ugh.
And remember, you guys can sell equipment that you're not going to use anymore for 10% of its value.
Okay. I forgot what the percent was, thank you.
What's the bonus? Because I have a brown armor upgrade. What's the bonus you get on that?
So
Not much.
So brown force field upgrade is you get a certain amount of
It's temporary HP, right?
right that refills every round depending on how many charges it has. But you also have to install it in one of the slots.
Yeah, I have that installed right now, and I don't think I've ever used it.
I don't think you've ever used it either.
Yeah. I
'Cause
never
it's
took it.
it's a
I didn't
standard
know.
action.
I didn't know how many temporary HP I got from it, so.
Brown is 1.
Oh, never
And
mind.
then at the
then.
end of your turn, it heals 1.
Oh,
And
It's
it'll
just-
do that for 10 rounds, I think.
it's just encouraging words. Get up there, folks.
Yeah.
Gentle alarm.
It's a constant
got
pat
that.
on the back.
Yeah. You got this, buddy. You got this.
You're doing all right, man.
So for sure, I want to buy a radiation buffer armor upgrade.
Okay. This device grants a +2 bonus to your initial saving throw against radiation, in addition to any bonuses from your armor's environmental protection. This doesn't provide any bonus to saves against the secondary effects of radiation. The secondary effects of radiation being the chance to contract radiation sickness.
Uncontrollable radiation poop.
Yeah, that's the sickness.
Yep.
They call that the old green goo.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
We'll put the tag by the toilet to see who has it.
I'm gonna purchase one of those.
That should be in the SRD. It is
Yeah,
500 credits. Nope.
200.
It is 200 credits.
We're not getting the please get the hell out of our store discount.
No, so we're gonna so the equipment you have to buy at the Skeleton Pirate, and the other stuff you have to buy. The CVS is the fancy zombie store. So which store do you guys want to go to first?
I guess the fancy zombie one, the one where I can get that upgrade.
That equipment upgrade would be at the Skeleton Pirates.
Oh, I'll get a skeleton pirate.
Do you all go together?
Yeah, obviously.
Yes.
So the four of you walk up to the Skeleton Pirate store, which is called Bonesmith's Boutique. When you walk in, there's nobody in there, and you can hear the sounds of what you could only imagine are an epic sword fight happening in the back of the shop. You hear a lot of yas and the clang of metal against bone. You walk in and the bell rings, and suddenly it stops, and the proprietor of the Bonesmith Boutique, Bonesmith Jacqueline, pops her head out of the back with a giant hat made of tiny little like bird bones, and says, "You're back." And you can't really see this because she doesn't have skin or muscles on her face, but she's giving you like the squint. And she walks out of the back and slowly approaches you. You guys are kind of standing in the middle of the store. As she walks towards you, she takes a wide berth and keeps her back to the wall until she is between you guys and the door. And then she locks the door. And she flips the sign from open to closed. And it plays a little animation of a pirate ship sinking. And then it says closed.
That's adorable.
Thank you. I made it myself. What the hell are you guys doing here?
Well, funny thing.
Listen, do you remember when you guys bought the I had to close the door and I flipped the counter over and I didn't let anybody see it.
Yes.
Let me explain what happened. You guys came in, you asked me for a thing, and I made a big to-do out of, like, showing it to you that it was not okay. And then 45 minutes after you left my shop, you murdered somebody with it.
Okay, but there was, like, circumstance.
And it was in self-defense.
It doesn't matter. You used, there was no time frame. It's like you walked out of the store and you threw
life comes at you fast, and so does unlife, and you know that.
Oh, yeah, there's never been a truer word spoken in me, Shep.
If it makes you feel better, we did not murder the first person with it. Only the later ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. We did. Some people might have asked us. Pax, what are you saying?
Well, we had other options. We used they were a last option.
Yeah, we were getting our asses kicked.
She looks at you guys, like, each, and lets you feel her looking at you. And she says, listen, if anybody asks, you did not get those here, okay?
Of course.
Oh, no, not at
Okay?
all.
No. Listen. Promise.
Starfinder's honor.
Stop.
I can say honestly, I got nothing from here.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, you want to buy something? And she unlocks the door and flips it back up to open, and the ship rises out of the sea and is now floating on a little holographic wave of bones. Yeah, it's bones. It's a bone ship in a bone sea. And she's on the front of it, like, standing like this.
Is she holding a bone? Like,
Yeah, she's holding a bone, like a big ham bone, like a femur. Yeah. And she says, all right, yeah, mateys, what are you buying?
What am I buying? Or Raj, what are you buying?
I need to buy. I'm looking for a radiation buffer upgrade.
Right. And then she goes into the back, and you hear a lot of clanging and rearranging, and finally she comes out, and she has like a small box that's covered in dust, and she brushes it off, and she hands it to you, and she says, all right, this will be 275 credits.
That's a steal.
That's fine. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever sold one of these before. Because, you know.
You know. We know.
Yeah, we know.
You get it.
Yeah.
So, thanks for coming by to...
Do you have any more of those, actually?
Yeah. I mean, I need one, but do the backs.
You want more?
If you
So
have any
I,
more,
so I am going to roll a D100 3 times. If it's above... if it's 20 or below, she does not have it. For each one. Because you guys want 4 of them, right?
Well, 3?
3.
Claire's okay?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Claire's
I really don't understand.
Does it stack? Who knows? That would be a racial bonus, right? Yes. So it would stack with an item or equipment bonus.
Can
Furiously
Clara-
Googling how radiation affects bugs.
How does the syringe of anti-radiation bullshit work
Okay.
on an android?
So I think you guys like are like always imagining like the Terminator, who just had like a bone skeleton and then like some meat slapped on. That's not really what an android is.
She's Android 18. Yeah.
She's like
Yeah.
Bishop or Android 18.
Yeah, she's got a whole body,
Full of milk.
but it's also
Just
full of
full of
right. It's
milk.
also full of milk. It's full of android juice. Okay, so she's got 3 more of those radiation buffers if you guys want them.
Huge pog. What was it? 275? Was it?
Yes.
75, yeah.
I'll gladly take that.
Yeah, I'll pick up one.
So. Oh, it doesn't say how much the skitter hide armor, how many upgrade slots it has. I also don't know if they had any to begin with. 2 upgrade slots. Great.
What's the radiation thing called again? What did we just buy?
Buffer.
It should just be it's a radiation buffer.
Yeah,
it should
if I
be in
see-
there.
If I search buffer, I can find it. Perfect.
So, if you guys would like to sell any equipment, now would be the time.
Raj, you want to sell any of the broken stuff you fixed? Also, is that shockwave pistol? I accidentally closed that thing.
You should be able to find it in your
I
journal.
found it, yeah. The Thunderstrike sonic pistol. How are you feeling about that?
I already took and fixed the Red Star plasma pistol a while
Okay,
back.
so I'll take that off. I'll cross it out. And we took this.
And I'm already wearing an Aztec suit too. So whoever needs those extra suits, I would say take them, and then Captain sell off whatever,
Clara does not need it because I accidentally gave Clara level fucking 9 armor.
Hold up.
I might take the Thunderstrike sonic pistol just so I have something that, in the off chance that we keep fighting acid immune enemies.
If we can raise another 1,400, I could get up to Vesk Overplate 2, which would be a massive armor upgrade. That would just in general help. So if we're just selling stuff, if we can put together 1,400 and the pirate lady has it.
She might have it.
Okay, I'm gonna take the Thunderstrike sonic pistol. I don't think we need any of the other stuff, so we can sell all of that, which is, at rough glance, not enough for what you just said, but...
So I can also sell a force field brown armor upgrade. So that's, what is that? That's if it's 10%, that's 160. And I could probably also just sell the ring wear that I'm wearing, which is another 297. Nah, I don't think we can get up to it. Oh well, we'll loot the corpse. Hopefully there'll be enough on it to move me up.
Okay. With all of the big spender of that radiation, the radiation elephant. So there's like a glass case in the back corner, and it has a big white sheet over it. And as you guys are trying to like add up your money, Bonesmith Jacqueline is like pulling up like the skirt of this thing, and you look underneath it, and you see a Vesk overplate display, and she's just like, it could be ours.
This whole thing.
One day it will be mine.
Oh, I guess I did just tell you she had it instead of rolling to see whether or not she had it. Well, fuck me.
Yeah. I mean, it may be sold. There, who knows? A Vesk could roll in here later, pick it up.
Hey, there are
at least one other Vesk here.
Yeah, I mean, there are Vesk undead creatures. Every undead is a template. It's a graph that you put onto another creature. So
yeah.
It could
and
be.
And who knows? With our luck, we might go take a nap and then hike back out there and find a Marrow Blight in brand new Vesk Overplate too. Yeah.
There you go.
You have to have 1,400 credits and underneath it.
You should go borrow 1,400 credits from Jin. So, you guys have purchased a radiation buffer, which is a piece of equipment that will let you have a better chance at resisting radiation. To remind everybody about the effects of poisons. Upon initial exposure, regardless of whether she succeeds at her saving throw, the victim loses a number of hit points equal to the poison's DC minus 10. If a victim is exposed to multiple doses of the same poison, she must make she must attempt a separate save for each dose and progresses to the next state on the poison track with each failed save. So what it means is that if you continue to stand in the emanation, you will take damage every round.
We should also get some rat out while we're here.
Got any of that out?
No. But I think the gentle sage, the fancy zombie guy. He's probably that's your best bet for stuff like that.
Gotcha.
He's probably gonna be like shitty about it.
You don't say.
Yeah, I like you guys. Besides the whole,
Hey. You can only commit war crimes during war times. I read that somewhere.
Yeah.
Also, there's no reason to dislike us if you had nothing to do with anything that happened.
Also, you have any more?
Yeah, you have any spell gems too?
No, alright, well, I'm fucked.
Can I roll insight? That's a bunch of no.
No, she like flips the thing over and shows you that it's empty.
Rats.
And she's like, yeah, I had to move those pretty quickly because something happened.
There's nothing funnier to me than like imagining an undead person do finger quotes.
And it does like a clicky clacky sound, like click click. So you guys know that she's not going to be giving you any more holy grenades anytime soon. She makes it pretty clear that once that happened, she had to like immediately get rid of the rest of her stock because who else would have them?
Right.
She flushed them. Yeah, she
Just
dumped them down the toilet.
Some sewer worker is just like.
The sewer workers are probably alive.
That sucks.
It does. EX is not a nice place to live.
Okay, let's go to the fancy zombie, and while that's going on, I want to do some, shake some trees to see what sort of spellcasters in the area fall out.
Right. So she says, I don't know anything about that, but you might be able to find someone. I heard you're famous. I'm not really sure for what, but...
You will soon. And not the thing that you think. Don't get it twisted.
Well, most murderers are famous.
Well... Murder's, it's only murder if you get
as
arrested.
she's saying this to you, she's like patting your butts to get you out, like, get that to me, Shaw.
She got some jokes.
So you guys leave and walk down the street. As you do, everybody is looking at you.
Buggy on the street.
Because every alive person, not every, but most of the alive persons that live in Eox are kind of under some sort of subjugation or indentured servitude. So just to see like a couple of living, like, kind of doing their own thing, alive citizens is a little strange. Also, you guys have been making waves the entire time. You arrive,
While we're walking, I want to switch out my cash capacitator, which I haven't actually used since we hit level 6, but I'm just going to turn on detect radiation on it.
Oh, sick. That might be really useful.
I would love to detect the radiation around the giant radiation monster.
I like the idea that you're going to turn it on and it's just going to like go full red.
Just.
It's like you already have cancer. It's too late.
Oh.
You see that giant truckopus over there, Truckosaurus, whatever? That thing's radioactive.
Yeah.
That's
you hear the story about all the people on the bridge in Chernobyl? That's you.
that is going to be very useful because that's just like always on now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Until you switch it. Okay, that's great.
I'm doing this. Yeah.
So you make your way down Carpal Spur Street, and right as it intersects with Bare Knuckle Way is the Gentle Sage's Necrographs and Sundries. They only sell necrograph technologies. They don't have regular enhancements, but they do have a variety of consumable items like the Rad Out that you guys need. You walk in, and this little door chimes, and there's a guy standing there who has like a patchwork suit on and a secondary head grafted onto his head. And as you walk in, he like puts his nose up as you come in, and then he like looks at you, and he's takes this very fancy zombie stance with his little shitty cane, and he says, "The living. You've returned to my shop. Indubitably. What can I help you with?"
Looking for some radiation medications.
Yes. The living always seem to need help.
Yeah, we're just, it'd be that way.
Now, be careful not to breathe on anything while you're here.
Yeah.
Hey, stop that. And he hits you with a stick, but you have exoskeleton, so it just goes bang, and nobody enjoys themselves. He turns around and walks to the back. The whole time he's like muttering, but as he does, you see him like turn and look at the other head while he's doing it. And the other head is just kind of there, and it doesn't actually respond, but it does make noise as he's standing there talking to it. He walks away. He walks to the back, and he comes back out with a similarly dusty box. He plops it on the table and opens it, and inside is a variety of anti-radiation consumables and consumables and items for living creatures. And he says, usually we don't need this sort of thing because, we don't. The undead are immune to radiation, but you living folks seem to need some assistance here and now, so I keep this box of, and he pulls one out and he looks at it, and he flips it over, and he says, this box of definitely not expired stuff.
That's good. Glad it's not expired.
Yeah.
Yep. All on the up and up.
Shop.
He has rad out serum for you guys. Actually, that's it. That's the only consumable item that he has, and it's the only consumable item that would be useful for you guys.
I'll take 2.
They are 300 apiece.
I will also take 2.
Okay.
Sounds great. 2 as well.
Well,
For me,
last time you entered my shop, well, actually, and he looks at Raj, and he's like,
I was gonna say,
the last time you were here, you did your thing, or whatever it was. You
I cowered
sullied
underneath
the entrance with you shot somebody.
Yeah.
I rushed you.
In your window. Thank you for that, by the way.
For what?
I'm alive because of your business. So.
I did not want you in here. I would have rather you died in the street. Perhaps then we could have brought you back, and you would have been a little bit more agreeable to your surroundings.
Anyway, do you have any spell gems?
Anyway. Also, how do you spell rat out in the SRD situation?
It is rad-out. So,
okay.
I'm sorry, it's not going to be in there. Let me add it. It is in the character operations manual, which is not one of the things that are offered in the Roll20 Starfinder Marketplace. So let me add this handout for you guys. Rad-out serum. And now we just copy and paste this as an item into your inventories. All players. Description. Save changes. Oh, wow. There you go.
Wow.
Hey.
It says 225, but he charged you 300 a piece.
Of
I
course.
figured he marked it up.
Yes, well. We are providing all of this amenity for you, and you can pay us back.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, whatever.
He almost says you're welcome, and then he gets upset.
Okay.
Wait, where'd you put that rat out, John, again? Can I slide it onto my sheet?
No, you're gonna have to add it as a custom item, but the description is in the journal.
Okie dokie.
A journal.
Enjoying.
So the last thing that you guys could possibly do to buff yourself against radiation is to have someone cast a radiation spell on you, or a resist radiation spell on you.
I was gonna say, you don't want to go to the wrong.
yeah. There is a spell called Irradiate. So
We would
you
like,
guys, wait, hold on. You want to be the radiation? You guys will have to find a spellcaster, which is going to be a little bit difficult. Zip, you specifically have a ability that can help us here.
I do. I forget what it's called. Other than being hot and famous.
It's called Sex Bug.
Sex.
That's the new cologne from. It is an ability. It is part of your theme, celebrity. You're famous enough that pretty much everyone has either heard of you or can quickly find information about you. Blah, 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 blah. If you're looking for a generic person, like a doctor who can treat this disease, you can almost always find one who's a fan and whose attitude starts as friendly or helpful. This takes 2d4 hours. At the GM's discretion, fans might give you services, although not goods, for a discount or even for free. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll 2d4. That will determine how long it takes to find somebody.
When you say we, do you mean you?
That's how long it takes you guys to find
rolling.
No, you roll. Because I have to look up something else. Oh, so it's going to take, like, the whole day.
Damn.
The rest of your time that you guys are
usually big number good, but...
Yeah, this is actually big number bad. So it takes you a decent 7 hours to find somebody. The first thing that you do is you go and you find that guy that works at the docks that you signed his gun. And you're like, hey, do you know anybody that could possibly cast this spell? And he's like, I'm so excited that you are talking to me. This is the best day I have ever had. And he takes his break and he tries to go on his message boards and find someone near Orphis and near the Splice that is a fan of Zip Beverage that can cast.
Every fan of Zip Beverage is some palooka at the docks. It's like, my favorite Zip Beverage. Anything for you, Zip.
So after a while,
truly don't understand my fan base or my appeal.
Yeah, none of that is true. It's only sex bugs that like the beverage. Hold on, I have to read this real quick. It spells. Okay, so you guys are having a professional services spellcaster. So you guys want to have someone cast a level 2 spell on you. The cost for that is 350. Now, how do I determine the level of a spellcaster of an NPC, of a random NPC? Okay, Zib, why don't you roll another 2d4? I'm sorry, roll a 1d4 plus 1. Excellent. Okay, so that's going to be the level of the spellcaster, which is actually exactly what you need. So this won't make any more waves for you guys.
Great.
You have to wait 7 hours, but the Bone Trooper at the docks, who was a big fan of Zib Beverage, spends a couple hours trying to find someone to come down to the Splice to Orphis to meet Zib Beverage and also perform a service for him. For a service for them.
Got it.
Unfortunately,
Beverage.
They want a service beverage, but no, they're not going to service beverage. They are going to perform a stop it. Stupid sexy bugs. This person lives in a different part of Orphis, and they unfortunately have to work the rest of their shift before they're allowed to come down, or before they have the time to come down and perform this spellcasting rite for you. Resist radiation is a spell boop, 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 from the character operations manual, which I cannot show you guys, which is cool. Very cool. Thank you, Roll20. Make a new handout. Post this.
So all of this stuff doesn't exist in, like, if we were playing Dead Sundays when Dead Sundays was written, like, we would not have Rat Out or the spell
I
available?
think that the character operations manual came out at the same time as the core handbook.
Okay.
So I think it was
releases. Yeah.
I think it was the core rulebook, the armory, and the character operations manual.
Because Dead Sundays was the first AP, so it was running concurrently with it.
But this is the third book of it, so which would have been like 6 to 9 months after it was released, probably.
Something like that. Oh, Mr. Beverage.
Nope, none of them sound like that.
I'm gonna work on that voice.
So this is what Resist Radiation does. You're getting it from a 3rd level spellcaster, so it'll last 3 hours, which means that you guys can't really.
Gotta hustle.
You gotta hustle because it takes 2 hours to get back there. Excuse me.
Oh boy.
It will protect you from radiation. They succeed at saving throws against low radiation, a radiation sickness with a DC of 13 or lower. If the target has radiation sickness with a saving throw DC of 13 or lower, the sickness's effects are suppressed for the duration. Against radiation and radiation sickness with higher save DCs, this spell instead grants targets a +2 circumstance bonus to the saving throws. So, for low radiation, you're immune. To anything above that, you get a bonus to your fortitude save. In Starfinder and in Pathfinder, your bonuses normally, the bonuses of same types do not stack. Luckily, it seems that all these different things are different types of bonuses, so they would stack. Resist Radiation gives you a circumstance bonus. Rat Out gives you a enhancement bonus, and the armor upgrade just gives you a flat untyped bonus. So they all work together. And even Clara's ability is a racial bonus, so it stacks with the rest of them as well. If you ever have two types of abilities that two types of bonuses that are from the same type, you take the highest one. You don't add them together. So if you're wearing a suit of armor, that it gives you a +7, and then you have a ring that gives you a +7 armor bonus, or a +2 armor bonus, you don't add them together, you just take the armor. That'll be on the pop quiz tomorrow morning, so please, everybody, make sure you write it down. The Bone Trooper finds a fan of Zib to come down to Orphis and cast this spell. You guys have to spend most of the day waiting, and when they finally get there, they are so excited to just do something for Zib that they don't really require anything besides the compensation for their travel. And I was going to say materials, but it doesn't look like there are any materials. It's just a thing that they know how to do.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, and I think it's low-level spells in Starfinder don't need material components, so it's not that big of a deal. So this very small skeleton boy lands in a space taxi. He gets out, and you can see that like he looks like if you took a Dickensian orphan, but then replaced him with a skeleton. That's how he's dressed.
The little skeleton babies from Dark Souls 1.
He looks like he's about he's about 5 foot. You can't really tell what type of creature he was before, but he is a sort of shorter and more childlike, jovial skeleton boy. And he jumps out of the cab, and you can hear his feet like click-clacking across the stone streets as he runs up to the ministry and bursts through the door and immediately says, "Where is the beverage?"
Oh my god, it's Sans Undertale.
I'm just imagining this like little skeleton orphan boy using his own leg as a crutch.
Yes. Yeah, he's got one leg not in his socket, and he's got it flipped upside down, so the foot is flat, and he's leaning on it and running down the street looking for the beverage.
Son, why are you running like that?
And he looks at you, and he looks at his legs, and he looks at you, and he goes, "Well, I was so excited that when I jumped out of the cab, my leg fell off, and I didn't really have time to put it back on, so I just figured I'd make the best of it, and I thought, you know what, if Zip Beverage can run through a jungle while he's sick, then dang it, I can run down a stone street with one leg. Well, I technically have both of my legs, but they're just not where they should be. Hi."
Wow, that was beautiful. I am obsessed.
Hi.
The kind of kid who bites a nickel when you give him a nickel for a job well done.
You give him a cred stick, and he bites the cred stick.
Yeah, no, it's real.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh my goodness.
I had to finish. I had to finish my sorry, you had to wait so long. I had to finish my my homework before I could come here. I'm in magic school. It has like a really complicated name. I don't know what it was. My dad made me go because I'm like good at it. It's fine. I'm almost done, like totally, like forever. But anyway, I heard that you need help with something.
Yeah, I tell him that it's okay, and I also just recently finished school, but I tell him in Eoxian because that's the thing I studied.
His bones melt. Because he is meeting someone that he looks up to, and who is now taking the time to meet him at his level, which he did not expect at all. I don't think he knew. Like, yeah, you just learned Eoxian, right?
Yeah.
So none of your previous
I haven't
posts...
spoken to anyone here.
Yeah, it's the first thing. He's like, he doesn't have eyes, but if he did, they would grow very large.
His jaw drops off.
Yeah,
bones everywhere.
His jaw drops off, and he's like trying to juggle it back into place, but like he moves his arm, which makes his foot fall over. So now he's balancing on one leg, trying to juggle his jaw back into place as the glowing green lights that make up his eyes widen as he is so surprised that you have spoken Eoxian to him.
Wow. What a trip.
This kid is having the day of his the best day. So after a pretty short preparation, he gets ready to cast resist radiation on all 4 of you guys. For the next 3 hours, you guys will have this protection effect, and you will also, I guess, you'll have this kid as like a contact. I guess he like gives you his phone number. I don't know how to. I like there was no way that I could say that. It was just like oh yeah, and then the kid gives you his number like that. I didn't.
We're mutuals. We'll just be mutuals.
You're really creepy about it. He like rolls it up in your hand and.
He folds it up like into a square when you do like a 20 when you're doing like the old pass off, and he hands it to you like that. Can you
I'd
open
rather
it?
just
Hey,
be,
like,
rather
isn't
just
his
be like
dad-
Twitter mutuals.
Yeah, isn't his dad just like right down the street, just waves to us? Like,
No, he
being
came.
gentle,
He came by
giving us some
himself. No,
space? Can we-
That's
he
how
came by
I can't
himself.
be it. I can't be doing war crimes and also this.
Sure, you can.
I have an image to maintain that I am very close to losing, apparently.
Which is what? What kind of image does Zib cultivate?
That's a great question. I've been trying to work it out, but it does seem like the things that I'm producing are horrible.
I'm thinking like a real Phil DeFranco if he had a chitinous membrane kind of guy.
See, that's what I keep thinking. It should be more like a YouTuber, but the thing that I'm doing with my omnidirectional camera, which I sort of based off of the film Strange Days from 1999, is essentially like snuff filmmaking. Like, it's very like if you watch the Cyberpunk anime, I'm just making these like VR experiences of violence that kids get obsessed with.
Oh yeah, nice. Perfect. Get them while they're young. Yes, this Dickensian skeleton orphan is obsessed with your adventures into the Drift Rock. He knows everything about it. He knows
His favorite fight is.
his favorite fight was when you guys had to fight Gary. And he's like, I love the
good.
part. He's like, I love the part where you guys ran away onto the spaceship. And I thought that was so smart because that's exactly what I would do.
Right? It makes a lot of sense. And spaceships famously start up incredibly quickly.
They're so fast. I've never met a faster ship. So you guys are protected from radiation. You guys have your armor upgrades that you can install. Make sure that you're using your slots appropriately, and you each have 2 rat out serums. And make sure I put those on Claire's sheet. As a reminder, your to use a health serum on yourself is a standard action. To use any other kind of item on yourself or somebody else is both a move action to grab it and a standard action to use it. You can combine your with your grabbing of it with your physically moving your speed. You can only move at half speed. So you can move 15 feet and grab the thing from your belt at the same time. And then a standard action to stab it into your friend. The rat outs last for 1 hour. So it would be most appropriate. Somewhere there's a space lawyer building a space capo lawsuit against Zib. We're gonna get him. So, is there any other kind of preparation that you guys would want to do before you leave here and try to investigate this hut?
Did we not pay this child?
No, he doesn't want money.
I'd take a selfie with him as reward.
He loves that. And that's actually part of the rules. At the GM's discretion, fans might give you services, although not goods, for a discount or even for free. He's just happy to be here, man.
I'm part of the hive, part of the Zib hive.
So
Back to the hut.
back to the hut. Back to the hut.
Back to the hut.
Back to the hut. All right.
Going back to the hut.
Billy in the hut.
Yep. Okay, here we go. All right. So, Raj, this time, as you approach the Elikoth, it's in pretty much the same spot. It's meandering around the outside of the hut. I'm gonna move you guys back a little bit. The hut itself is on top of a small hill. Raj, as you get to the top, well, as it comes into view, your radiation senses kick in. and you can see the levels of radiation emanating from this creature. The yellow squares are radiation at low level, and the green square is radiation at a high level, or at a medium level. The Elikoth emanates medium radiation, which means that it does it for this amount for this amount for medium, and then this amount for low. It works in tiers, and it fades off.
I relate to everybody. Basically, give this thing like a 10 meters berth.
Specifically, it is.
It's gonna be really hard for our melee character to give it that berth, but okay.
I do have a gun. I just don't like using it.
I assume you guys take your medicine before you really come up on this. Okay.
Yeah.
Gonna
It
pop
should be
one.
take one before, take one after to remove.
Medium radiation out to 15 feet and low radiation for an additional 15 feet.
When you're coming from the black, you want a place that reminds you of home. You want traditional foods like our Reaxians cadaver digits, fresh fried, every cycle, or tacos made the Spartan way, flavored with real asteroid subs. With quality fine enough for the syndicate, but at prices any corporate collar can afford. So after you dock, head over to the Eye. We're open all cycle, every cycle, ready to treat you like family, hive mind, or brood clutch. Spacies, you're gonna like the food you eat from the restaurant that I own.
Hey, thanks for watching Dead Sundays. You can watch the rest of this adventure in part 2, and you can catch us live on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern only on twitch.tv/LogarTheOgar. Thank you, OBS, for your service towards the streaming community. Please check out and donate to the OBS Project's Patreon. OBS is a free broadcasting software that I've been using for years and wouldn't want to use anything else. Thank you to Sirenscape, who allows us to use their dynamic sound generator to provide the background music and sound effects that you're hopefully enjoying right now. Sirenscape is a wonderful program with a ton of pre-crafted and IP-specific soundscapes available for a monthly subscription to make your tabletop games sound as epic as they play. Thank you to Roll20, a web-based tabletop RPG client allowing users around the world to play tabletop games together as if they were in the same room. Roll20 is a free-to-use service, but offers a low-cost monthly subscription option for extra tools that I use because I use Roll20 all the time. And thanks to Paizo for making Starfinder, for making Pathfinder, and for supporting the United Paizo workers.